Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Dreams. American dreams.
Awake, thou that sleepest.
Wake up.
Open your eyes.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Are we dreaming?
Oh, I can hear.
I can hear you.
I can hear. I can hear.
Pretend.
I hear when you
Pretend that everything's okay.
It's spiritual. Shalom, family. Welcome to Shattered Paradise.
They cannot intrude here.
Somebody gotta tell the truth. And I'm gonna tell it.
Expose them.
The Creator is higher than the creation. Earth and stone. Earth and stone. As we pass the halfway mark in the Gregorian year of 2022, we the people are in the crosshairs like never before. There are so many sights, scopes, and red dots aimed from every direction, all converging on a single point, the heart of mankind. And man, I gotta tell you, humanity has never been such a soft target.
42 years after the unveiling of the granite monolith known as American Stonehenge, we have just witnessed the complete destruction of the Georgia Guidestones.
Regardless of who destroyed the monument, our adversaries are striking back because they know that they have but a short time.
There's no doubt that Satan's kingdom is being torn down, but the seducing spirit that walks to and fro on the earth has a plan.
Hi, I'm Erica. This is my shop, House Witch Home and Healing. Come on in. We sell spell kits, magical cleaning products, candles, crystals.
My name's Melissa Madera. I'm a botanist and a witch. Catland is an interfaith occult community space and shop. We have a witch shop on one side where we have pretty much anything a working witch would need. A lot of little labeled jars of oils, crystals.
So my spiritual journey led me to open a crystal shop, and I think that was all divinely aligned, you know, because it was like I had this experience. Now it's time to share it with the rest of the world. I did some research. I found out that the heart chakra was the chakra that controls your heart. I started meditating with it, taking naps with it. I carried it with me in my purse, and I just would do everything with my rose quartz.
You brought in several women who have different specialties as well.
Absolutely.
Tell me about what you work with.
Some of the crystals that I utilize are going to be the jade, rose quartz, and amethyst.
I offered Reiki healing. I also offer guided meditations. And then I also offer intuitive oracle readings, which sometimes I utilize the cards if I don't get an immediate connection. I'm a conduit for the energy to come through for guidance from your ancestors, your spiritual guides.
One of the interesting things about when you see in sort of theological Satanism, when people are knowingly dealing with demons and things, is that they do a lot of rituals to attach demons to objects. They are attaching demons when they attach energy to crystals, or if it's a very energized crystal, you're seeing a very demonized crystal. They're sometimes called orgone or orgonite or whatever. I had an email one time from somebody who had bought one of these things from a website, and as soon as he brought it into his room, he started having immensely powerful sleep paralysis experiences, seeing the demons, in his room. They were messing with him and all kinds of stuff. It went on for a week till he realized it was the thing that he bought, this orgonite. He looked on the back of it, had apparently been quote-unquote blessed by a Reiki, process of some sort. So what now, being have sort of seen it in retrospect, what do you view the crystal power is all about?
It's all demonic. Telepathic communication with these beings. Told me what crystals to go get and how to set them up in different formats and different ways to open portals. That we needed a gateway for them to be able to come in and out.
Disregarding the natural purpose of Yah's creation, They mine the earth in order to forge new weapons. Weapons carved from precious stones, rare minerals, and exotic materials just discovered by man.
A new black mirror, a new crystal ball. And now with their data mining, it's as if the enemies of life have the perfect vantage point to inject their corruption into the thought pattern of your average individual, because so many are moving in the flesh and not the spirit.
Through the modern sorcery of their technology, they can see into the hearts and minds of the masses, and their vision is crystal clear. Crystal clear. Crystal clear.
Crystal is the core electronic component in 5G technology. Its role is to provide high-end reference clock signals and receive transmission signals. 5G technology must be very accurate and efficient in all aspects, so the requirements for the crystal oscillator will be as high as possible. The age of 5G communication, there are huge demands for crystal oscillators in base stations, smartphones, servers, electric power, automotive products, and other fields. As the heart of electronic products, crystal oscillators must also be continuously upgraded to meet the higher requirements of 5G network equipment.
Recently, the spellcasters at Atlantic Records, owned by Warner Music Group, released a highly esoteric video to accompany their puppet Cardi B's latest single.
I'm connected, I don't know what's longer, man, my block list on my checklist.
Cardi B is turning up the heat in the new music video for her song Hot Sh**, and channeling her inner superhero alongside Kanye West and Lil Durk. The rapper is bringing all the futuristic vibes in the visual. That's Cardi towering over her hometown of New York City.
This video is military-grade psychological programming, broadcasting the strategies of the Illuminists. In one of the most critical scenes, we see a transhumanoid digitally augmented Cardi B,
the Crystal Witch,
representing the feminine spirit that reigns over New York City, celebrating her new relationship with modern technology. Iron and clay.
They are revealing that their so-called goddess, Ishtar, Columbia, Lady Liberty, is really the prince of the power of the air, harnessing signals and frequencies to interface with the collective psyche of mankind and seduce the masses.
Cardi depicts the chief goddess of the spirits who inhabit the crystal components, which enable the 5G tower to channel her sorcery. And because they have to tell you, the satanic social engineers have come right out and proclaimed, as above, so below. This is modern warfare.
Now, Cardi rocks a few different outfits in the video, but it's this Ice Queen look catching gamers' eyes, because that right there is a pendant featuring the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 character, Simon Ghost Riley.
I don't know what's called them in my heart on my necklace.
And get this, it even caught the attention of Call of Duty's Twitter account. Changing up a lyric from the track, they tweeted, "Ghost so poppin', don't gotta be introduced."
I'm so poppin', I don't ever gotta get introduced.
Even the Modern Warfare logo displays the two pillars and the as above, so below triangle symbolism.
Amplified by the demonic crystal towers, in this scene, Lil Durk spews a barrage of murder mantras on behalf of his multinational corporate controllers at Sony Music Entertainment.
So much of the frequencies and death programming is pointed at the young Israelite male, and America's designated kill zones, Chicago, where Lil Durk is from, being one of them. ISIS, the once forgotten golden goddess in the desert, is now reinvigorated as Lady Liberty, who's bitten the Big Apple. Kanye demonstrates that his slavery is his choice as he voluntarily dances on an ocean of graphene, completing the not-so-hidden message that the crystal towers will trigger the black goo, which will induce the violence, modern warfare.
The Crystal Witch. The Crystal Witch. And Beyonce displays all the signs of a high-level witch, sent forth to crystallize the conjuring.
Florence, from Florence and the Machine, also shows all the signs of a high priestess who presides over many lesser witches, for she displayed a crystal skull back in her 2011 video, No Light, No Light. A crystal skull is one of the most sought-after occult relics from the ancient world, and now she is spiritually proclaiming in her 2022 video, King, that the horror Babylon is king. We cover this subject in much more depth in our latest video presentation, Lust and War.
What crystals to go get and how to set them up. That we needed a gateway for them to be able to come in and out.
3, 2, 1. Being unstable.
Excitement and relief as the Large Hadron Collider subsystems whir back into action, setting a new world record. Colliding its first protons again after 3 years of upgrades faster than ever before.
This device, it makes this cleaning in a much more efficient way, more clean without instabilities. And is why instead of having amorphous material put into the beam that can create scattered particles and other beam losses, inside this device we have a crystal which if it's properly bended and faced to the beam, it can create what we call a channeling effect, which deviates the hollow particle that we don't want into a downstream absorber in order to catch them.
Marina Abramovich is a spirit-cooking sadomasochistic sorceress who is now being summoned to employ supernatural forces to smite the Red Bear of the East.
On Wednesday evening, the Israeli and Ukrainian presidents gathered for an official ceremony for the unveiling of a new interactive memorial, Crystal Wall of Crying, by world-renowned performance artist Marina Abramovic.
My name is Marina Abramovich. I was born in Yugoslavia, a country which thrived on the cultures from the West and Russia from the East. Last years I work in Ukraine and I get to know the people there. They're proud, they're strong, and they're dignified. I have a full solidarity with them in this impossible day. Attack to Ukraine is attack to all of us, is attack to humanity, and have to be stopped.
Crystal Wall of Crying, by world-renowned performance artist Marina Abramovic. The wall is meant to be a symbolic extension of the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem and incorporates crystals from the Ukraine and Brazil in an interactive installation. The 40-meter-long structure now stands in a park built over the site of the Babin Yar ravine.
It's a really wall for healing, and it's wall to remember, and it's wall to public to actually interact all the time. Here you have to touch, you have to interact, you have to turn, and you have to, confront yourself with yourself and your own memory. So it's a very different way of seeing art.
closing, we must pray that we be granted the spiritual discernment and Holy Spirit-inspired vigilance, so we will be able to see things as they truly are and not just as they appear to be.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare is not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.